Welcome back to Lucid Trading for round two. It is Power Hour right now. Power Hour has already begun, so let me just, there we go. Power Hour indeed. All right, so I've been buying this, this new stock. I've been buying Bumble. Why am I buying Bumble? You might ask. Bumble is down a lot. I just recently figured this out. I was really mesmerized when I figured out that Bumble was actually down a good chunk. So you can see that right here. It's down 30%, which is, it's predictable. The real reason Bumble's down right now is because the small cap index, the Russell's heading down substantially. Markets are overall negative. Earnings were not that spectacular. Their growth rate is going down because of the reopening, because of the economy reopening, right? So, yeah, COVID is coming back. Cases are going up through the roof. Lockdowns are coming back in Europe. At least that's what we're seeing now in some places in Europe. And I believe Bumble is going to benefit from that. I think technology stocks are going to benefit from that. And I think it's a mistake that people are selling Bumble at 38.3. It's also one of the only companies out there with a female CEO, which I think is always welcome, obviously. There's not that many companies out there with a female CEO, which I think is very cool. So, yeah, Bumble, I mean, my friends use the app. I'm pretty sure most people know somebody using the app. It's very oversold. You can see that right here. RSI on the weekly chart incredibly low. On every time frame, really. On the daily chart, on the 4-hour chart, it's incredibly oversold. Anyway, welcome back to Lucid Trading. Make sure you smash that like button. That'd be very much appreciated. It is Power Hour right now. I want to welcome some people that just joined the stream. Welcome to Alex. Welcome to Discount Gaming. Lenny Reynolds, Kolbs, Unai, Christopher, Rocket Launcher, Yopidi, and back to Orthodoxy. Welcome back. Let me just quickly see if I can share the link. Here we go. All right, that should do it. Oh, no. Yeah, I will be adding Bumble to the buy and sell signals very soon. I think Bumble is an interesting company. They've got a very tiny market cap, relatively speaking. It says it's 7.5 billion. It's not sitting at a market cap of 7.5 billion, by the way. Bumble is sitting at a market cap of roughly $5 billion. They make, I would say, on a yearly basis, their annual revenue is around $750 million. They have $3.7 billion in assets, $1.2 billion in liabilities. If you would subtract the assets that they have minus liabilities, they've got about $2.4 billion in equity. Half the market cap of Bumble is kind of liquid. They've got assets, right? And they make about almost $1 billion a year. So I think Bumble is a nice buying opportunity right now at 38.4. I think it's pretty sweet. Hold up. And I believe a lot of people are making a big mistake selling this stock at the bottom. It's really something to behold. AI is also selling off. I think that's also a very big mistake. I think AI is going to go up a lot for the earnings that they're going to have. It's just going to be a matter of time at this point. Oh my gosh. What is happening with Tesla? Look at this, right? Tesla's going back and forth. It is dancing. It's going up and down, up and down. Hold up, let me see if I can... Alright, so this is Tesla right now, right? So we see the significant rally just the past couple minutes of about a percentage point. Then it dumps 1.6%. Then now why is that? You can clearly see that the S&P is still negative. The Nasdaq is starting to come down. The Dow Jones is down about a half percentage points. Russell's down 1.2%. And what are we seeing with the 10-year yield? The 10-year yield is actually going down 1.6%. It's not even going up, so it's a little strange. VIX is heading up 3.3%. The VIX is looking hella bullish, so looks like the VIX might actually keep spiking upwards, which could mean that volatility is ahead of us. There we go. Oops. And gold is going up by about 0.7%. The dollar is barely going down. Lucid is for some reason heading upwards, which is it's really strange. Why is Lucid heading up? Why Lucid? One might actually wonder, like, what the hell? 86 billion market cap on Lucid. Rivian sitting at a market cap of about 125 billion. Both XPeng and Li sitting much lower than that. But yeah, I think XPeng and Li Auto, I mean, both of them are delivering way more vehicles. Obviously, they have significant revenues. XPeng making about $600 million a quarter. And I'm still, I don't know, I'm a little speechless about the fact that people are still willing to buy Lucid at a market cap of 86.5 billion. It's I guess people just won't learn their lesson. One second. Let me just quickly... I want to see what is happening with regards to the whole Wall Street bets situation. I wonder, are people really bullish on Lucid right now? Let's see. Yeah, people are buying Lucid. Nvidia's going down, I think, right? Isn't it? Oh yeah, it's sitting at 293 right now. So both Nvidia and AMD are negative. A lot of people complaining about that, I noticed. Apple is still going up about 2%. Netflix, surprisingly enough, sitting at a market cap of 300 billion. Did we see revenues? I think we did. Did we see revenues for Netflix? No, we did not. I think... No. Nope. Earnings are going to be next January. Oh, yeah, so they had great earnings, and yeah, the stock went up. I wonder if Netflix is going to ever do a stock split. That would be interesting to know. Like, a lot of companies recently have come out and said, "Hey, we're gonna be joining this whole metaverse, and we're gonna design, or at least change their, the whole company to a metaverse company." At least that's what we're seeing with Facebook and Nvidia, and Disney's trying to have that too. Although I think for Disney it didn't work that well. Yeah, Disney is still going down, sitting at 158. Like, what's really surprising is the Nasdaq has been just green all day, the whole day. Gara, are you going to be covering Nvidia earnings after close? Yeah, so I will be covering Nvidia after close. I will. I won't be covering the web call I will be covering the earnings report if it's out right after the close. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to take about 20 minutes, something like that, to until they actually report. I think it's 4:20, right? There we go. NASDAQ up slightly. Lucid is heading up again. Here we go. Here we go again. Same story, right? Pump it up, dump every single time. People just don't have enough. I am already like, I'm so sure that what's going to happen is this, right? It's going to pump again and it's going to dump even harder. 100% that is going to happen. There's a good reason people started selling. It's because institutions want to take profits. They know that Lucid is not worth $90 billion right now. Same with Rivian, by the way. Who do you think is selling? It's not retail selling. It's institutions. It's the people that bought the dip, so to speak. They're selling. Retail's holding the bag. But yeah, that's what we're witnessing. Tesla's actually faring pretty well. Even though Elon is probably still going to be selling another 50% of his shares. That is 50% of the 10% of shares that he was going to sell. And C3 is sitting at 46. Palantir is sitting around 22.6. Armando says, where do you see Ggpi? Shorted. I've already shorted both Lucid and Rivian very successfully. So this could be a bear flag. Kind of playing out right now. We'll see. I mean, to be really honest, like the market isn't that negative. I mean, let's be real. NASDAQ is actually still positive. The S&P is just down 0.1%. The Russell is down 1%. I mean, we've seen the Russell go down 3-4 percentage points before, while the markets were like relatively green. Let's see. Gara Lemonade down 7% without any news. Ooh. Well, it doesn't have. There doesn't necessarily have to be like. There doesn't have to be like news, because the markets are. At least the Russell's down 1%. So, and I think Lemonade is a small market cap company, right? Yeah, about 3.5 billion. No surprise there. Let's see. Reddit, Wall Street. No, hold up. Wall Street Bets sentiment tracker. Let's see if we can track that. The number one company people are talking about is Tesla. Number two company is Rivian. Number three is Lucid. I guess which companies are going up the most? At least from the bottom, right? You know, sold off about 18 percentage points on Lucid. And since then, it managed to go up another 6%. Same for Rivian. Had its little downturn of about 22%. It's been going up about 4% from that. Which, I'm telling you, like, 146 is still really expensive for Rivian, short term. You know, maybe a year from now, 146 would be a lot more reasonable when they have deliveries and they're selling thousands of vehicles and everything. But right now, I consider this, a hot potato. It's, you know, people are passing these hot potatoes, and at some point, somebody's going to catch that hot potato, and their hands are going to get burnt. 20% downturn. Virgin Galactic is sitting at around 17.8. Whew. It's actually down a lot. Interesting. One moment. Yeah, tomorrow Alibaba's going to have earnings. I am really excited about that. I think Alibaba's probably going to report really good earnings. I think it's going to be good. I just don't think it's going to be higher than the expectation because, expectations have been very high recently. And so it could be that we don't get right at that estimate because you can see right here they're expecting 31.6 billion for Alibaba. Meanwhile, think about this, right? Their highest quarter was 33 billion. I guess 31.6 billion. That's should be doable, right? I think that should be doable. That estimate should be fairly doable. We'll have to see. Gara, tomorrow's Alibaba earnings, knowing that market has already priced in the report that Chinese company will report this. I think that the company is going to go up. I think the company stock is going to go up, probably. The stock is down 50% from all-time highs. It's been doing nothing for several years, really. Like, it's been going flat, pretty much flat. You can see that right here. Since 2017, I mean, the stock price has barely budged. And that's about 4 years. And in those 4 years, I mean, look at their annual earnings. They went from a company that had 37 billion and 10 billion in net income to having $105 billion in revenues and 22 billion in net income. That's a significant difference, yet the stock price is sitting at the same level, probably because of the it's being discounted, right? It's being discounted because of, I would say because of the fact that what is going on in China with these new government policies and everything. It's just a matter of time, though. I still think that Alibaba is relatively cheap. Jack Ma, he turned up. He's not gone, and I think I like the stock. I really think it's you're getting value for your money. Although what is obviously a risk is what's happening in China. Let's see. Alibaba will not meet the expectation. No, we'll see. We'll see. I think they will meet the expectation. I think any negative news is already priced in. I really do think so. But that's just my opinion on things. One sec. Lucid in 5 years is going to beat Tesla, somebody said. You think so? Lucid in 5 years? Do you know where Tesla's going to be in 5 years? Tesla's going to deliver more vehicles than Ford in 5 years. No. Lucid is not going to beat Tesla in 5 years. In 5 years, Tesla's going to have a robo-taxi fleet. In 5 years, they might even be working on the Tesla bot. Who knows? In 5 years, Tesla's going to be miles ahead of Lucid. I don't think Lucid is going to come close to Tesla. Man, people are really underestimating Elon. It's incredible. Look, I was bearish on Tesla because it was overvalued on the short term. $1,200. But I still love the company. I think Tesla's a great company. I don't think Lucid is going to stand a chance against Tesla, to be frank. Where the hell are their vehicles, right? They haven't even told us how many they delivered. They told us they're going to deliver 20,000 in 2022. How many did they deliver recently? And how many vehicles are going to deliver like 2 weeks out or a month out? We don't know. It's all like, it's up in the air. So it's just great. Tesla is a monster. Yeah, it is. Lucid won't be around in 10 years. I don't know. Who knows? I think there's enough space for Lucid and Polestar and Tesla and everything else. But to say that Lucid, with its $90 billion market cap and their what is it, like 100 deliveries, 50 deliveries, is going to beat Tesla 5 years out. Maybe if Elon is not there anymore, maybe then. But so long Elon is at the helm of the company, you can forget that, right? That's never going to happen. You know, people are buying this stock. They literally think that Lucid is going to be the next Tesla. It's like, no, that is not going to happen. That is never going to happen. Nobody's going to replicate Elon Musk. It's like, this is very similar to Steve Jobs, right? Steve Jobs was the CEO of Apple, and everybody tried to replicate Steve Jobs, and everybody failed. They failed miserably. There is one Elon Musk, right? And he is the CEO of Tesla, not Lucid. I think people really forget this. It's like, yeah, Lucid is going to beat Tesla. You freaking wish. Rivian is sitting at 146.5. And Lucid is recovering. Yeah, people are buying the dip in Lucid at 53. What is happening with AI? AI is going down below 46. Bumble is sitting at 38.4. Magni's about to cross. Yeah, I think this is probably going to bounce soon. I'm very surprised about IONQ, by the way. IONQ has been going up. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's been going up 4.2%. That's after all the upside we've already seen. Yeah, it's just I think it's a placeholder. I really think so. I think hedge funds and institutions are looking at companies that can provide value like far into the future, and so they're putting their money there and they're leaving it there because obviously inflation is very harsh right now. There's almost no yield. There's no yield. There's like negative yields right now because of inflation, and so that's the current situation. People are just, you know, they're finding these companies and placing their money there as a placeholder, really. Look at that. Nvidia's coming down, 291.7. Nobody would have thought that, right? It's like, gosh, jolly. Yeah, Nvidia's down about 3.4 percentage points. I think Nvidia is going to get back all the way to 265. If their earnings report is not going to be stellar, if they don't announce some crazy gimmick, I really think their stock is going to fall back to like 260, 270, probably by next week. If, you know, today, if it breaks this support, you know, we're going to get back to, let me just quickly see if there's any Fibonacci levels. You know, somewhere around 280, 270 could be possible. We'll have to see. Meet Kevin is selling out. I mean, news just, yeah, the Tesla vehicles are sold out until 2023. Exactly. There's a lot of demand for Tesla. But the problem with Tesla right now is they don't have enough production capacity, right? So they're working on getting their gigafactories online, Giga Austin, Giga Berlin, and these gigafactories are going to essentially help them fulfill the demand for these vehicles. And because there's so much demand, obviously they can raise the prices as they wish. So that's their advantage. However, I think a lot of that is already priced into the stock. I think people already know this. And that's why it's not sitting at the all-time high. It's sitting at $1,100. It's also because Elon is selling shares, which is not helping with the stock price, obviously. But yeah, once again, I mean, below $1,000, I would consider Tesla a buying opportunity. But hey, it's still sitting at like 1,090, so I would not buy it right now. We got a 1,000 Hungarian. It's a Hungarian currency. I'm gonna search it up right now. Is it the forint? The forint. Yeah, 1,000 Hungarian forint. Thank you so much. Apromi says, please check Nano Dimension, Gara. I am buying the dips, lady. I mean, there's not a whole lot to check. I think Nano Dimension is a great company for in the future because obviously, they have a lot of cash on the balance sheet. They got a lot of cash. They got pretty much their whole market cap in cash, which they're investing into their business. But the problem is that the Russell is selling off. So with the Russell selling off and the 10-year yield it's down today, but it was up for quite some time. This is having a negative impact on Nano Dimension. I do believe that we have earnings coming up. That could be a nice little update. And we're now also leaving behind that support range, apparently. All right, we're like literally leaving that support range behind. Very interesting. This is so messy. Let's see. Yeah, I would say $5 should hold probably. It looks like $5 might be that little support zone for Nano Dimension. Yeah, right around there. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. There you go. I mean, it's kind of in a bearish channel at the moment. But you can see right here, we had a huge bump in November, beginning of the month, when the Russell started running. And you can see when the yields go down, when the Russell goes upwards, then you can see Nano Dimension just zooming upwards instantly by about 22%. It's just gonna be it's gonna be a matter of time. I think it's gonna bounce back up. Really, it's just kind of within this range of about $5 to $7 right now. But I do think we're gonna see another bounce to like $6, just based on the fact that I don't believe that this bull market is going to slow down instantly or something like that. Especially the small caps while we have inflation. So long as the 10-year yield doesn't go up super like a lot right now, I think we should probably see small caps do relatively fine. So that's what I would say about that. I think we're going to get back to that 6 to 6.5 range after earnings into December. Gara, are you going to keep on holding AI? Yes. Essentially what I'm going to be doing is I will be holding C3.ai until earnings. And if earnings are not going to be good, then I will sell out of C3.ai. I've said this before. The CEO of the company has promised us that C3.ai is going to grow faster. If we do not see faster growth when he promises it, then I will get out of C3.ai. I don't trust it at that point because it's been a while now. It's been almost a year. So you'd expect to see some growth. And if they don't deliver, then guess what? It makes no sense to hold C3 because, it's kind of weird. When the CEO says something and it doesn't happen, then... But I still believe, though, that we're probably going to see higher growth for C3. And this earnings, it's going to be the beginning of a rally. And I think it's just a matter of time. I mean, we're getting very close. You can see it already pumped to like 54 recently. I think we're going to see another huge jump similar to what we saw right there, especially right after earnings. Let's see what else is happening here. Okay, so the Russell is still selling off. The Dow Jones is selling off. The S&P is selling off. It's just the NASDAQ in the green because of Tesla and because of Apple, pretty much. Other than that, I don't see that a lot of stocks are in the green. I think most stocks are actually still selling off. You can see that right here. Most stocks are red. The Chinese stocks, growth stocks, value stocks, big banks, semiconductors, recovery stocks, all of them selling off, aside from big tech. Big tech and just Tesla, that's it. Everything else is down. Let's see. Gara, are you going to stream C3 earnings? Yes, we are going to be streaming that for sure. Hey, why wouldn't we stream that? That would be amazing. We're going to stream C3 earnings. We're also going to stream the webcast. So the whole, we're going to listen to what Thomas Siebel has to say about C3 and their earnings. This rally looks a lot like the rally that we've already seen right here. Doesn't it? It's awfully... It looks so similar. You can also see that, like, if you take a look at the RSI... Yeah, it's the same psychological behavior that we're seeing that's pumping up the stock. I can't believe that we actually filled this gap. I mean, that is just incredible. Whew. Yeah, and then we see consolidation. Yeah, I've said it before. I mean, it's not like Lucid did anything recently that really intrinsically increased the value of the company. Nothing really happened. All that's happened is that more people know about it and they poured their money into it, causing the stock price to jump. Let's see. Xpeng. I still believe that NIO is severely undervalued in comparison to the Lucids and the Rivians and everything else. With a market cap of about 66 billion, revenues, like I said before, 1.5 billion a quarter. I mean, that's a lot of revenue. They're burning a lot of money too right now, but they're investing into growth for the future. Yeah, I mean, I'm so tempted to actually load up the truck with some NIO stock. I think that'd be quite nice. Never heard somebody bash Lucid so much. Well, I mean, this is gotta be one. It's got to be one horror show. I am telling you right now. There's going to be so many people losing so much money on this stock. And Rivian, both. It's going to happen. It's a ticking time bomb. Imagine what would happen if the NASDAQ would be red. Imagine. Just imagine. NASDAQ goes down 0.5 percentage point. What would happen? Just 0.5 percentage point. You would see Rivian and Lucid go down another 5-10%. So I'm just trying to keep people safe. It's like you got to know this because these are the most popular stocks in the market right now. Everybody wants to own Lucid. Everybody wants to own Rivian. Everybody thinks that these two are the next Teslas. When in reality, they are not the next Teslas. Tesla is the next Tesla. There is no alternative. And there never will be because there's only one Elon Musk, right? Name me one person that is CEO of Neuralink, SpaceX, Tesla, has founded PayPal, has founded so many other companies, is working on the Boring Company project, Starlink, even OpenAI. There's nobody. You buy Tesla stock because of Elon Musk. You don't just buy it because of their vehicles. Their vehicles do not make this company worth 1.1 trillion. It's freaking Elon Musk. If Elon Musk would step down today as CEO, the stock would crash 50%. It wouldn't matter. It would just crash. Just so that people get that. All right. Come on. Let's be real. Let's be real. Come on. It's like, I mean, think about it. Really think about it. This is like Apple. Back when Apple came out with the iPhone or the iPod, if you remove Steve Jobs, did you know Apple almost went bankrupt right after? They actually removed Steve Jobs as CEO of the company. I think this was in the late 1990s. And the company almost went bankrupt. So yeah, it's you can't just say, oh, this is the next Tesla. You have to take into account what makes Tesla Tesla. It's Elon freaking Musk. It's very easy to understand, right? Then how can Lucid be the next Tesla? How can Rivian be the next Tesla? It can't. Tesla is the next Tesla. All right? Either Lucid is going to tell us how much they're delivering, and they're going to show us every week that they're delivering tons of vehicles, or the stock is going to collapse back to $40. Just saying it right here. Same for Rivian, by the way. I mean, this is like one hot air balloon. But then again, you know, short term, anything can happen, right? We could see a bounce and whatever. I just believe in the next coming weeks, we're going to see so much bleeding. It's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be a lot of pictures of losses on Wall Street bets. Oh, man. Okay, so PALANTIR sitting at 22.5, C3.ai 46, both discounted. Love it. I think it's amazing. I'm loving it so much. PALANTIR was sitting at 28 just shortly, just a couple days ago. Sitting at 22 right now. Beautiful. Same for C3, sitting at 46 and not 54. I'm liking it, right? It's great. We're getting buying opportunities. You don't have these every single day, you know? Same with Facebook, 340. I'm all in. I like it. I like Facebook at 340. I hope we get it at 330. It's probably not going to happen, but who knows? Besides, I like Robinhood at 32.9. I like Bumble at 38.5. Sheg, 28.8. Let's go. Ggpi, sitting at 14. I mean, what more do you want? Discounts everywhere. Although Beyond Meat is getting destroyed right now. This is just nutty. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oof. 30% downturn since like the end of September. That is kind of nutty. You're going to apologize when they meet expectations on Q4. Oh yeah, they're going to deliver 500 vehicles. Oh jolly. Oh my. Lucid is going to deliver 500 vehicles. Or was it like 1,000 vehicles? Bruh, are you freaking kidding me? This stock is going to fall so freaking hard. Like, it is going to escape gravity. Wait, no. No, actually, that is not the case. Because when it escapes gravity, then it kind of lifts off. Gravity is going to take it down. Gravity being rationality right now, because if any rational human being would look at Lucid and it'd be like, hey, so they have zero revenue, they're burning billions of dollars, they have only $4.8 billion in cash, whereas their competitor Rivian has $16 billion in cash, Amazon backing, 100,000 orders in fans, 55,000 orders in pickup trucks. Lucid only has 17,000, by the way. And 62% of the whole company is owned by Saudi Arabia, which is controversial. And yeah, why the hell are they building a factory in Saudi Arabia? They should be building factories in China and Europe. Obviously, it's a commitment because they've been supported by Saudi Arabia. At some point, I will be bullish on Lucid, but right now I am bearish, and I'm going to stay bearish for the time being. It's only down 6%, really. I mean, if you count in that top that we had, you can't really count that in, to be really honest, because that was the pre-market, right? In the pre-market, all sorts of crazy stuff happens. You know where I would buy Lucid? I would buy Lucid. Let's see. I would buy a small amount of Lucid. Wait, we had this support, right? This is a resistance, but that could act as support. Between 28 and 30. That's where I would buy Lucid. In this zone. And it's sitting all the way here. And if it sits right around this zone, that's around a 40 to 50 billion market cap, by the way. That is not nothing. That's about 10x their actual cash amount that they have. 10x that, which is still significant. And keep in mind, don't forget about the fact that Lucid has to, because they only have $4.8 billion, they're going to have to issue new shares into the future fairly near term. So you have to count that in, and ends up being a bit of a negative catalyst. All the CEO of Lucid has to do is announce a share dilution. Exactly. They can literally issue as many shares as they want because they got a lot of authorized shares. And that's, essentially it's going to mean that they're going to be able to dilute the freaking hell out of it as soon as they have a smaller amount of cash. And think about this, right? A gigafactory that Tesla used to build in 2019, I think that was about $3 billion. With inflation, because we have inflation going rampant, it's going to cost more to build these factories in 2021. So they're going to need more cash to get going than how it used to be, at least. So far so good. Holding at 52.3. Tesla sitting at 1,096. Nasdaq is still green. Russell red, Dow Jones red, S&P red. What else is happening? Nvidia is pulling back. It's almost like I've been saying for the longest time that Nvidia is going to pull back. People don't want to listen. But yeah, Nvidia is going down. Surprise, surprise, sitting at a market cap of $720 billion. Why is it going down? Don't know. I thought Nvidia was going to go to $500, like everybody in Wall Street Bets have been saying that. Look at this, right? It's almost like the MACD is about to cross. RSI is heading down. The only thing that's going to save Nvidia right now, short term, is going to be just beautiful earnings report. So, unless they obviously deliver that juicy, amazing earnings report for us right here, I think Nvidia is most likely going to be pulling back substantially. So let's see, IONQ. Oh my gosh, IONQ is hitting $30 right now. Look at that, 15% to the upside on IONQ. Can I short this stock? What the hell is happening with this thing? I would love to stick my teeth into it. Is this shortable? I don't think it is, right? No, it's not. I can't short it on my app, unfortunately. I would love to have like a small short position right now, because they don't have revenue, right? So that's why they're burning a lot of money. They don't have really like anything going on with regards to revenue. In the future, I think this could be interesting given the fact that they're building the next gen computer, the quantum computer. For now, I'll be able to just witness it go up. I think Peru Invest, one of our moderators, had invested a significant amount into IONQ in this zone. And, it's been going up ever since. Look at this. That is a return of approximately 300%. That is not nothing. What else is happening? PALANTIR is still sitting relatively low. Nvidia is bouncing back. Durar just came in here with a $5 donation, and Durar says, "What is your take on Jumia? Thanks for your hard work every day." No problem. Thank you so much for that donation. Let me see if I can quickly. By the way, make sure you check out the socials. We have a Twitter, Instagram, and a Discord community, and especially the Discord community. It's completely free. You can join right now. Link is down below, and I'll be giving you a shout out as well. So check it out. All right, just want to quickly get that out there. What else is happening? Yeah. So Jumia. What is happening with Jumia? Is Jumia not growing anymore? They beat the estimate, but they were not able to. Yeah, so EPS was negative. A lot more than people expected. Yeah, so that's why. And we've seen recently that whenever think about it this way, we've seen that with Snapchat, with Twitter, with a lot of companies, when they are not able to beat the estimates, stock goes down substantially. Especially the tech stocks out there. Because, interest rates are starting to go up, and they're going to go up more over the coming months. Yeah, I'm going to say Jumia is probably selling off right now because of that, and because of the fact that the markets are red. I mean, if you take a look at the Russell, Jumia is a small cap. Russell's going down by about 1.1%. NASDAQ is only slightly green. It's because of Tesla going up, or, whoever is going up right now. Apple's going up 2 percentage points. So the market is negative, and that is not helping. But you look at the weekly chart, and it looks like Jumia was in a bubble, and it popped. And as the bubble pops, it started correcting. We're now at a point where it's down more than 80%. And the market cap is about $1.5 billion quarterly. Net income is barely going up, actually. They're burning so much money. They're burning more money than what they actually are able to have. They're burning more than their revenues. So I didn't like Jumia back in the day. I said it was going to go down in the past. We're now, however, sitting at a support level. So I think this is quite crucial to keep in mind. This is a super strong support level. You can see, historically speaking, it's been able to hold the line. And it's set on an annual basis. I think Jumia is, if you take a look, that's 2020, right? I think we could still see around $12. It could still be the case, and then we bounce up. I think we're eventually going to get back to around $17 to $18. More based on the fact that I think during the December period, we're still going to see small caps do pretty good. And, there's so much inflation right now. Small caps tend to do all right when there's a lot of inflation. People need, they need a placeholder for their cash. So they tend to buy the small caps up, and small caps generally tend to do pretty good. So, what's my target for Ggpi? I think Ggpi could still hit $20. I still think it's going to be able to do that. Although short term, MACD looking relatively negative. Who knows, right? It could still go to 13 in the meantime. But as we're getting closer to the, keep in mind, the merger hasn't even happened yet. So we didn't even have the merger yet. We don't even have Polestar listed on the markets. So once the merger happens, I think it's going to be sitting around $20, and obviously it's not gonna stay there. It's more like we're going to see this hype, and because of that hype, we're going to see the stock go up to around $20 ish. I think it's fairly doable. That's a market cap of roughly around 70 billion. Which, if you look at like Lucid and what's happening with Rivian, I think it's definitely possible for Polestar to be sitting at 60 billion short term. Why the hell not? What is happening to GOEV? Or, Canoe? Or GoEV? It's pump and dump, huh? Right, pumps up and then dumps. All I'm going to say about that, it just looks like a pump and dump to me. Nothing to be taken seriously. Although they're working on the driver, the vans, right? I think I would probably have to look into it, but it looks a bit like a pump and dump to me. And this happened before, right? Pumps up, dumps, pumps up, dumps. Same story every single time. Lucid is going up in the last minutes. People are buying the dip in Lucid at 52. All right. Let's see how it's going to go. Lucid is ripping exactly, sitting at 52.5, which is it's a great price for a company that has no revenue. Yeah, I'm very, very, very salty about this. This is, I think it's unfair valuation. It's a very unfair valuation, given the fact that they haven't really proven themselves yet. They've got a prototype. They've sold a couple prototypes. They haven't even given these vehicles to actual customers. They've given the vehicles to their own employees. And so that's kind of making me salty about this. Like, all right. And they won't tell us how many they delivered. They won't tell us how many vehicles they delivered. They don't tell us how many they're going to deliver next month. They're just telling us, hey, we're going to make 20,000 vehicles out of thin air. Trust us. Believe us. And, well, people believe them. And they buy the stock at 52. They buy it at $60. And I think they're going to regret it short term. Oh my God, Lucid does have revenue. You're only salty because of your puts. I don't have puts. I have been shorting it though. I made a couple $1,000 just shorting it. I think my average was sitting around here, which I would still be making money if I was holding those. Rivian, 147. On the call, they said they delivered 24 cars. Oh my God. They sold 24 cars. You know what? Why is Lucid valued at 85 billion? We should give them a valuation of 240 billion, right? Right? That makes sense, right? We should give Lucid a 10 billion market cap increase by every car that they deliver. So 24 cars means they're going to have a valuation of 240 billion. Yeah, that seems legit, right? For every car, they get an extra 10 billion, so they can scale up, right? We're gonna help them scale up. Like that's the whole thing that's going on right now. It's like, okay, they delivered 24 vehicles. Come on, is that really that exciting? It's mind-boggling. My friend sold 24 cars. It's nothing significant, at least not right now. It's like, okay, you have projections into the future. Fair, right? Great. At least give us some insight. Like, how many are you going to deliver next week? How are you going to ramp next month, 3 months from now? No, we're going to deliver 20,000 vehicles for 2022. You're delivering 24 in a week. 24 in a week. That's about 1,000 vehicles a year, by the way, I think. 1,200 vehicles a year. At the current rate, obviously they're going to be scaling up. At least that is the hope. They're going to be gradually scaling up. Let's see. All right, we got about 1.5 minutes left. 1.5 minutes left, and they will be scaling massively. Then, look, they could have scaled massively last week. They could have scaled massively last month. They could have scaled massively 2 months ago. But now they're going to scale massively. I mean, if you can scale massively, you do it before you IPO, or you do it before earnings. And they haven't done this, which to me indicates they're having a tough time. They're having a tough time scaling up. It's very tough to be scaling up. Elon Musk said it's a very tough thing. It's very easy to bring out a prototype, but it's a different world to, you know, get these cars out on volumes. I believe the market just closed. That was it for today. I think what an interesting day, right? Lots of selling on the EV sector. I think Rivian went down 20%. Lucid is down around 5%. Markets are overall a little bit negative. Not that much, really, but it's the Russell that's really negative and the Dow Jones. But S&P is down like 0.2%. The NASDAQ barely down. Actually, it's not even NASDAQ. It's like green 0.0%. 0.08%, right? All right, we're going to be covering earnings for Rivian. Just kidding, not Rivian. Nvidia. I talk so much about Rivian. It's just like Nvidia earnings. Let's see if we can grab a market watch. All right. So, let's see. Is Nvidia going to give us stellar earnings, or is it going to be a big flop? We'll see. Nvidia investor relations. So far, it's down a tiny amount. Keep in mind, Nvidia is already down from the all-time high. It's down about, I think, about 10%, if I'm correct. So it's already sitting at a discount. Yeah, you can't see that here because I think it was an intraday high, maybe in the after hours. News. Okay. Nvidia's up about 0.5%. Interesting. If Tesla can go to $1,000, why can't Lucid? Exactly. It's like it's almost as if you have to prove yourself, right? It's almost like you have to prove the fact that you can scale at a large, you know, whatever. People don't get it. It's just because you're making EVs doesn't mean you should be valued as much as Tesla. First, prove yourself. Show us that you can deliver 1,000 vehicles. Show us that you can deliver 10,000 vehicles. Right? That's the whole game. What's happening right now is pure speculation. It's pure speculation, right? It's so frustrating because a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money speculating that way. Let's see. I think Elon has also warned about this before. Like, first show that you can deliver these vehicles on a large scale, and then get valued at like 100 billion or something. Connor Denton just became a Lucid trader. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Appreciate it. All right, so we're waiting for Nvidia earnings. I think it's going to take another probably 10 minutes. I think it was 4:20 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. I think it's going to be reported. No, this is the newsroom, right? Q2, August 18. Right, we want Q3 for 2022, which is so strange because like it's 2021 right now, and they're like in Q3. That's their financial year and financial quarter. With regards to their news, nothing here yet. Nvidia is in the green right now. So that's looking interesting. Let me see if I can quickly get people to. Markets are kind of pulling back as we speak. It's kind of hilarious. Yeah, earnings are not out yet, but they'll be out in a couple minutes. Somebody said, dude, Tesla's gonna be... No. No. Tesla's gonna do just fine, trust me. He's got Elon Musk as CEO. I'm telling you, like, straight up, everything Elon touches turns into gold. It's ridiculous, but that's how it works. Which is also a risk, because if Elon gets sick or something, then guess what? The whole valuation of Tesla is going to be at risk, and his other companies as well. So, but yeah, I think as Tesla becomes less expensive, you know, it gets below $1,000, I would still consider it one of the greatest companies to be buying stock in. I think Tesla's amazing. It's just, you know, I thought that the rise from like $700 to like $1,200 was a little bit overly done. There was a lot of momentum, and it was a bit of a frenzy, really. I think it was mostly buying from Wall Street bets that pushed it upwards that fast. But yeah, I think, you know, next year, I think Tesla could be sitting much higher than $1,200. I think it could be sitting at, if we see rates very low, I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla's sitting at $1,500 next year. Like, that's after, obviously, a whole year of earnings, right? So let's say 4 or 5 quarters of earnings. At that point, I think at that point, Tesla's probably earning maybe around $90 billion a year, something like that, which is that's quite a large amount. So I'm also very excited about the robo-taxis. I think the robo-taxis are going to be, it's invaluable. What is happening? Nope, nothing has been reported just yet. Although we're getting there. Yeah, so if Nvidia pulls back, I think there's a high probability that the whole market could pull back, actually. Because Nvidia is one of the biggest players right now. It is one of the biggest companies, and they're the company that's supposed to be doing amazingly, right? So if they're having a tough time, then I think the whole market is going to have a tough time. I just had to put off my headphone. So yeah, Nvidia. Slightly negative right here. I think we got about 10 more minutes probably since until we see earnings for Nvidia, I believe. Although it's starting to go negative again. Interesting. Let's see. Is Lucid up 5% in the after hours? Oh, okay, that's not. That would be funny. Tesla. DIDI. And Baba. Yeah, Baba's also sitting relatively low. What else do we have? Neo. Nothing happening there. Lucid is 10 years behind Tesla. Yeah, I agree with that. Not only are they behind by about 10 years, you have to also consider the fact that Tesla was lucky, right? Maybe Lucid won't have that luck. If there's like a financial crisis or a recession and demand for EVs goes down substantially, then guess what's going to happen? Nobody's going to buy your expensive vehicles. You know, Tesla almost went bankrupt like a dozen times. You've got to consider that, right? I've been holding Tesla since 2016, just on and off. You know, they've been through some big struggles. And I think Lucid's going to have an equally horrible time. To say that Lucid is not going to have a horrible time is basically saying, hey, I think Peter Rawlinson is smarter than Elon Musk and better than Elon Musk. Even so, right? Nah, that's probably not the case, but you know. If you're buying a company at that valuation with almost zero revenues, then yeah, you're bound to see some huge downside short term because something is going to be off at some point. Nothing goes perfect. Oh, wow. Okay, so now the NASDAQ is going negative, which is really strange. Lucid is down 1%. Why? Why now? Confused. Alright. I guess it's down. Oh, somebody is, Christopher says, Domo, 150%. CYTK, 150%. What is Domo? What the hell is Domo? What is this? 2.8 billion market cap? Well, so let me check this out. Hold up. So he's bragging about this stock, right? I mean, that's pretty decent, I have to say. Domo, never heard of this, though. But yeah, it's doing pretty good. Look at that, easy 10x. That's since March, obviously, so. Oh, you can see my screen, right? Yeah. I was just I was looking up Domo because it was going up substantially. I mean, there's plenty of companies that are going up. I don't really care about that. I only care about the companies that are sitting relatively cheap with a great future ahead of them. And I'm willing to wait just a couple weeks, couple months. I'm not necessarily a day trader. You know, sometimes I day trade, but I hold a stock for a couple weeks or a couple months, and I get out of it. Some stocks I will hold for the long term, but right now I think, with rates going up several times in the coming years, I don't think it's a good idea to be going a long term. Let's see, what else was I searching for? Rivian is pumping upwards, 1%. Gosh, Just does not stop, does it? Yeah, wake me up when Nvidia is going to report earnings. Exactly. I mean, we're still waiting. It's going to take another 5 minutes, by the way, just so you know. Let's see what else is happening. Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Lucid is not willing to go down, really. It can't go down. Lucid only goes up. Any moment, right? So everybody's expecting a blowout quarter. Everybody is, right? So when everybody's expecting a blowout quarter, then then we're gonna get a blowout quarter. So 293.4. People said Tesla was expensive at 400. I still bought. Who's laughing now? People say 1K is expensive. See you in 5 years. Well, the problem is that's not how it works. That's not how it works. The big problem with that statement is this. Consider this, right? In the period of time that Tesla became a $1 trillion company, I'm going to quickly show you. One sec. There we go. In the time that Tesla became a $1 trillion company, there's something you have to always keep in mind. Yields were going down for several years, right? You can see this right here. The 10-year yield went down substantially, okay? And it's still down huge, right? It's down incredible amounts since 2018, beginning of 2019. What's going to happen next for the 10-year yield? It's not going to go down. It's going to go up because the Federal Reserve is going to pump it up. They've already told us that ending of 2022, beginning of 2023, they're going to start raising rates. So, hey, let's say it's going to go sideways, and then it goes up. It goes up because rates are going to have to go up. You can't have low rates forever because you're going to get inflation. It's going to wreck the economy. So I think we're going to get back to the original amount of yield on the 10-year. It's about 1.5% on top of the current amount by 2023 to about 2024. If that happens, you cannot expect to see Tesla go up the same amount while yields were going down. It doesn't work like that because people have an alternative. They would much rather potentially buy bonds. It's going to take a lot of time to explain this, but point being, Nvidia's going up. Oh, there we go. Nvidia's heading upwards. Okay, so, let's go. Nvidia is going up by about a percentage point. Earnings are going to be released right now, I think. So if it jumps, then, because like I said, it's discounted. We've already hit the all-time high of about 320. We're now sitting at 295. We're sitting below that all-time high. There is a little bit of room to run However, I don't think we're going to exceed that level substantially unless they have like incredible earnings, something that we have not expected. It's probably out right now, isn't it? At least I'm not seeing it right now. Might already be out on CNBC or something. It's really strange. Okay, so it's up about 1.6 percentage points. Like I said, the stock is down from that all-time high. There's a little bit of room to be running. Where is it? There we go. 3.2%. It probably just got released, right? Seems like it. Events. There we go. It's not released here, at least not from what I'm seeing. So it must be maybe on the news or something. No, not really. 2.6% to the upside. $300, which is still not significant, given the fact that it's down from 320. 4%. Nvidia has beaten the estimate. 3.5%. Sitting at 303. Maybe it's going up faster than it can actually... No, it's sitting at 302. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, we're not even at the all-time high yet. One moment. Did you sell all your shorts? No. No, I'm actually going to be adding shorts. I don't even care how much they're going to report. I honestly don't care. They could report double what they have, and I would still short it, because I still believe that the valuation of the company is not based on fundamentals. What it's primarily based on is pure speculation. When something is based on pure speculation, you could double, triple the revenues. It's not going to matter, because they've priced in everything. When you price in everything, the stock is going to pull back on any kind of negative whim in the markets. You know, today was a green day on the markets, right? At least on the NASDAQ. And despite that green day, Nvidia wasn't able to really go up much. Nothing really. Let's refresh this. No, it's still not there. Interesting. One sec. Yeah, I'm seeing the stock price go up like 2%. Nothing significantly. If it was really great earnings, you would have seen a 10% move, given the incredible frenzy that is occurring right now, right? With Wall Street bets and everybody else basically piling up on stocks. This 3% move that we're seeing, or 4% move, it's just pushing it back up to that 300 level. We've already seen an all-time high of about 320. So we're still below that all-time high. And now the catalyst is actually priced into the company. It's completely priced in. There's nobody that expected Nvidia to miss, really. Everybody was expecting a blowout quarter. It's just about to which degree. Oh, there we go. Nothing. No, sad. Why don't they just report it here? Come on, man. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty. Let's see. Record revenue of 7.1 billion, up 50% from a year earlier. We already knew they were going to be reporting higher because of the supply chain issues. Record gaming revenue, up 42%. Record data center revenue, 2.94. Okay. What is the stock doing? Just barely up, really. People expected this. People expected a blowout quarter. Congratulations, IONQ hodlers. Yeah, exactly. IONQ has been shooting up like crazy. The third quarter was outstanding with record revenue and demand for Nvidia AI is surging. Okay. Nvidia paid quarterly cash dividends of $100 million in the third quarter. It will pay its next quarterly cash dividend of 4 cents per share. Okay. Outlook for the fourth quarter of fiscal 2022. Revenue expected to be 7.4 billion, plus or minus 2%. GAAP and non-GAAP gross margin are to be 65.3% and 67%. Okay. Operating expenses is going to be 2 billion and 1.4 billion. GAAP and non-GAAP and other income expense, right? Wait, so the third quarter revenue is 135 million, up 8%. That's their automotive, right? Down 11% from the previous quarter. Third quarter revenue was record. So professional visualization is up substantially and up 11% from the previous quarter. Announced plans to build Earth 2, an AI supercomputer dedicated to addressing the globe. They're using this AI, like, obviously they're like an AI company in some sense too, but it's like, it's used as a buzzword. I see this very often now. Oh well. It's an AI supercomputer, right? Dedicated to addressing the global climate change. I want to read about this real quick. To see our future. Fair enough. That's pretty cool. Right. Gaming went up 42% from a year earlier and up 5%. Obviously, their earnings are just phenomenal. But to what degree is that priced in? To what degree do we already know that they were going to have an amazing quarter? Like, I mean, how much does a stock appreciate short term for this kind of stuff? I mean, we've seen an incredible appreciation of the stock, and we're not at the all-time high, obviously, right now. We might hit that all-time high, but I think this was the big catalyst. This essentially was what people were looking forward to. On the short term, and now you have that priced in, and you know the stock is not going up 10-20% in the after hours, which many people expected. I think we might see a brief sell-off, really. I'm not seeing anything that's like, wow, didn't expect that. That's great. I'm seeing like, okay, cool. You know, your revenues are up. We already knew that. We already knew you were going to be literally having amazing revenues. It's kind of disappointing in some sense. One sec. It's sitting at a market cap of around 750 billion. All right, 750 billion. Oh wow, the 10-year yield is going down substantially. Holy moly. It's down 3 percentage points. What the hell? What? That is crazy. Why did that happen? Really? No way. So the 10-year has been dropping, I guess. What? Have I not been focused on the 10-year real? Guess I was not focusing on that. Everybody's saying Nvidia is going to the moon. If it's going to the moon, then why is it not sitting at all-time highs? Why is it sitting $20 below all-time highs if it's going to go to the moon? You would expect the stock to be at all-time highs and just shooting. That is not happening right now. All that's happening is recovering some of its losses. Really. I mean, it's a great quarter. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a great quarter. It's a great company. But I think the stock appreciated so much in such a little time span. It's all priced in. It's almost all priced in. They could come with like double the revenues, and I'll be like, okay, great. But your market cap is sitting at a 750 billion market cap. I think it was close to 800 billion at the all-time highs. It's great, but it's still really expensive. Keep in mind these incredible growth numbers that we're seeing with Nvidia. It's not going to be like this forever. This is happening because of short-term supply chain issues. This is happening because essentially they have, in some sense, have a monopoly on the services that they're giving, the products that they're creating, at least for now, and they're in high demand. So yeah, I think that demand is going to dissipate in the next probably 2 quarters, which is probably, it's going to be reflected in the price. Usually, you know, the market is forward-looking. It's not. It is in some sense also a little bit backward-looking, but when people know that the supply chain issues are going to get resolved over time, then you would expect to see Nvidia to gradually bleed out a little bit. Not right now, obviously, not right now. It's just, you know, it's earning date. Gara, market is going down. Really? No, it's not. Nasdaq is still green. Nasdaq is still green. I mean, the Russell is... No, the Russell's doing nothing, so... Green days every day. Gara, this time it's different. I hope so, for the bulls out there. $300. Let me check the chart right now on TradingView. Oops. Here we go. So this is where is it? There we go. This is Nvidia, right? People say it's popping. People say it's skyrocketing. Really? Is it skyrocketing? Because I'm seeing something completely different. What I'm seeing is this is the all-time high. It hit 327. It's still down 7.7% from all-time highs. If this really was an incredibly exciting event, then it should have shot up. We should have seen at least 5 to 10%. There's a lot of capital available. Why is it that people are not willing to buy the stock, pump it up to 310, 315? I think it's because a lot of it's priced in. A lot of what's happening with Nvidia is already priced into the stock. What do I mean with priced in? Look at this rally. Since the end of October, really. End of October. That was, by the way, the NASDAQ and markets in general have pretty much rallied from, I believe it was the beginning of October until the end of October. But most of that rally was from the beginning of October to around mid-October. And then look what happened to Nvidia. A 40% run-up. Please. It's gone up 40%. I think it's approximately somewhere around $200 to $250 billion in market cap that it just increased. From the end of October, that's when the market was at all-time highs, and still is, until about the 8th of November-ish. I think it's the 10th of November. It's priced in a lot of things. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if what we could see next, right, is a sell-off down lower. Why? It's priced in. We already know they're going to have blowout earnings. Stock went up 40%. Markets could be negative. You know, markets are looking kind of iffy. Look at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, looking relatively okay. Look at the daily chart. MACD's about to cross to the downside. It's up 2.8%. Should have been a 5 to 10% move, but oh well. I have rarely seen a move like this end up either consolidating or just going up further. Generally, what tends to happen is just a correction to the downside. So yeah, that's all I want to say about Nvidia. I have about $1,000 short on this. It's a very small amount, but I will probably add another short position tomorrow because I think Nvidia right now is still looking quite expensive. Even with its recent earnings result, I think it's temporary. The fact that they're earning so much money is because of the supply chain issues, and I think in a couple of quarters, they will not be benefiting as much from that temporary shift in the markets. All right. Oh, man. Oh, my neck is like killing me right now. Yeah, this is totally normal, you know, just adding, what was it? How much is this? From bottom to top? Like 65%? My gosh. Damn. Incredible. Yeah, I mean, this has been a parabolic. I think if you look at the weekly chart, I mean, you can see how incredibly extreme this is. Just a straight line to the upside. Which, you know, maybe it's sustainable for now, but, you know, eventually you'll see a correction. Oh, 1 second. There we go. Gara is actually a bias trader. It doesn't look at. I am looking at the technicals. Of course, I'm looking at the technicals. Bruh, bruh. Do you see this? I'm looking at the technicals. What does this look like? Does this look like we're gonna see another huge run up, or does it look like we might see a correction here? You know, RSI still indicating very high. Right? We just recently came out of the overbought zone, and looks like a blow off top to me, really. we had a trend line, I believe. I think it was this right here. We broke through it substantially further because of all the gambling that's happening in Wall Street bets, really. People are buying calls like no tomorrow, pushing up the stock price every single day. So technicals are looking bearish. They're not looking bullish. And I'm not biased, actually. If I was biased, I would probably be bullish right now because everybody's bullish. And whenever everybody's bullish, it is incredibly easy to be bullish as well. It is very difficult to be bearish when everybody is bullish. So, all right. I think we're good to go now. We're going to be wrapping up this current live stream. That was it. Nvidia is going up a juicy 2.4 percentage points. Let's see where it's going to be heading next week, right? I think that's going to be like the real test. Where's the stock going next week when there's no earnings catalyst, when there's no catalyst? You know, I hope for the bulls, for the sake of the bulls, that Nvidia doesn't go down. But if it does go down, then I'll take the tendies. Lucid is sitting at 51.6. I see it's down 1.7%. Rivian is down about 0.5%. Tesla 0.2%, and everything else. I mean, it's been a relatively bloody day, right? A lot of stocks are actually down quite a bit. What did you? Somebody just said Gara playbook. By the way, I'm gonna like literally ban you after reading this, but let's read this first. Gara playbook: buy cheap discounted companies, and also known as AI DIDI Hood. Shorts only stocks at all-time highs. Yes, yes. Thank you. Somebody said it. Only technicals without great fundamentals. No, technicals and fundamentals. You buy discounted cheap stocks with great fundamentals and great technicals. You sell stocks that have incredibly high valuations because you buy low and you sell high. It's really simple. Come on. You got to get it, but you're banned. I've been seeing you like really, really toxic. I've been seeing some really toxic messages in the live chat, so we got to keep it clean, right? Clean and tidy. Yeah. Snapchat. Okay, I'm gonna give you quickly which stocks would I buy right now. I would buy Bumble. I would buy Shag, Ggpi. I would also buy Twitter at 50. Lovely, loving it. Not Beyond. Don't like Beyond right now. A little bit of Robinhood, a little bit of DIDI, a little bit of Alibaba. I would buy Facebook at 340. Why the hell not? Palantir, C3.ai. I would probably still be buying Neo right now as well. I'm going to be shorting, which I'm going to be shorting right now. I'll be shorting Lucid, Rivian, more Lucid, less Rivian, but maybe Snowflake, actually. Snowflake is looking insane. What am I shorting? I think that is pretty much it, right? I'm not really shorting that many companies. Oh, yeah, maybe Nvidia. I'm going to be shorting Nvidia for the time being as well. So that is pretty much it, right? I think that's it. We're going to be streaming tomorrow, obviously. I really hope I'm going to be able to be on time. It's been a couple days where I've been late, and I think, man, I'm going to get it right. I think I'm going to get it right. If not, we'll be streaming extra long. It's going to be fine. Let's see. Let's ban that guy as well. All right. So we'll be streaming tomorrow. Once again, I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. 8:45 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. for market open, basically, and 3 to 4 p.m. for market close, Eastern time, right? This is Eastern time, market open and market close, right? So market open and power hour. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, and join the Discord community. It's completely free. The link is going to be down below for that. So check it out. All the links are down below. We also have a Patreon where you can get many benefits. The benefits are listed right here. And I'll be uploading some of these benefits today. So yeah, check it out. Patreon.com/Lucid Trading. I think I think I'll probably have to start to get going because the office is going to close any second now. Okay. All right. Have a great one. We'll be back tomorrow, and please keep in mind, if there's one thing I could make you remember, it's cliche, very cliche. Be fearful when everybody's greedy. Everybody's greedy right now. The sentiment tracker has been at extreme greed every day for 2 weeks. Be fearful, and you will win in the markets. It's always like that. It's never been different. When you're fearful, when everybody's greedy, you're in a very advantageous position. So that's what I'm saying. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.